Hi guys, my name is Rock, and this is the review of Sheffield United versus Arsenal. Game concluded 21st of October, 8 p.m. kickoff, British Standard Time. Let's begin with the team lineups. Right, we have in goal Leno, left back Kolasinac. We have Luis and Socrates as central defenders. Okay, we have Chambers as a right back, defensive midfielder Shaka and Willock, Guendouzi as well. That makes midfield three, and we've gone three on top. Aubameyang flanked by Pepe on the right and Saka on the left. So a 4-3-3 formation. On paper, it looked very good. Substitutes bench was pretty good as well. We had Laka, we had Ceballos, we have Martinelli, Tierney, and a couple more. So very good looking bench, good looking team as well. Disappointing to say the result did not match what we would have expected. A 1-0 defeat. Goal scored in the 35th to the 40th minute. That too coming from a corner. So let's begin first with the game analysis. This is going to be a short one, so I'm not going to take too much time on it. Right, the lineup, like I said, looked very good. Okay, we were looking at a 4-3-3. Right, our three top was supposed to click, which is what we would definitely have expected them to as well. And unfortunately, in this game, it was not the case. I don't know what to say next. The start itself was very slow. We began with it being very slow. In the first 5 minutes itself, you could see they were on it. They wanted it more. The corners counts kept on going up, which you would definitely not expect. I know we are playing away, but that's not the way we should be playing. All right, we go there with the mindset that we have to, at least at the start, the first 15 minutes, we show our heart and make sure that we capitalize on the possession that we make in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Apparently, that did not happen. We were under the cosh from the start. In the first 5 minutes, like I said, there have been more than 4 corners, and that is not something that we are used to seeing as Arsenal. The goal had to come because of the unnecessary corners that was given, back to back, that too, uninterested defending. You could see Pepe coming at the back, not being able to track runners, form throw-ins, which is definitely not what you expect, right? I know that the 72 million amount on his head is something that is making him play a little slower than he should, but he will definitely get into the game. I would expect him to get into the game, not right now. He's still adjusting to the league. It takes a little while as well, so we can expect him to get a lot better. Prior to the goal, we had a cut edge chance, which is something that should have been buried, and we should have been 1-0 up. Yes, I'm talking about the Pepe chance. This chance is created by he himself. In our half, he got possession, dribbled his way out, a lovely pass, a defense splitting pass actually. All right, and he continued his run as well. Should have finished it with his right rather than his left. He is a left-footed player, so he would have been comfortable on that foot. However, at that time, it was not the best decision because it was easily slotted with the right foot. Moving on to the next part, which was again controversial. We are talking about VAR. In the corner which came across, you can clearly see that Socrates has been pulled back with his jersey while he went for a header. Ultimately, he did get the header, but he was definitely pulled back. on his jersey by the opposition player. Now, at that moment, you should definitely go through VAR, and VAR did go through it. However, it was not deemed a clear and obvious error, which I definitely disagree with. The reason being is the same sort of a foul, or similar sort of a foul, I would say, was done by Luis on Salah in the Liverpool game, and that was a penalty. So here should, on the same basis, be considered as a penalty too. However, the referee did not deem it to be a penalty, which we confirmed, and it was not a clear and it's not an error. So in that case, it was not given a goal or a penalty in that case. Sorry about that. So Arsenal have to move on with VAR. We then immediately after that conceded the goal when we should have been at least 1-0 up at that time. Halftime came. There was a positive change that happened with Ceballos coming on for Willock immediately after halftime. Whatever happened at the halftime did have a positive impact at the start. The possession definitely increased. In fact, in the second half, we had more than 70% of the possession. Coming to the possession part of it, I would like to definitely say that although we did have 70% of the possession, nothing was penetration enough for us to get the goal. So we did have possession. It was only sideways and back pass that we seen throughout the game. No one had taken the front foot to go and at least make it a point to run onto the ball. Even if you see at different points in time, Pepe was actually facing towards the opposition goal than against it. And that is not a position that you want him in, because he's a runner. He will dribble and he will run on the ball. You can't put the ball to him and expect him to take the ball and run ahead. He's the one who has to run on the ball, just like Aubameyang, just like Saka, who are our forward players. But nothing happened throughout the game. We had a positive substitution that happened too. Alright, I'm talking about Lacazette coming on for Xhaka midway through the second half, around 70 odd minutes. Alright, and also at the end we had Martinelli coming on for Pepe around about the 78th or 79th minute. Okay, now we are talking about these games that we need these players at the start. However, it was not the case. We ultimately brought them on, but it was a little too late, because by then the defensive shape of Sheffield United was perfect to the T, because they had two banks of four and one playing ahead. So they even changed that to a form of 4-4-2 to a 5-3-2 and then a 5-4-1. So you know that they're going to sit back, take all the pressure that they can absorb, all right, and make sure that we can't score. In this point in time, everyone asks one question: where is Ozil? Why is Ozil not playing? What is happening? So Emre has to answer that question. Where is Ozil? Why is he not playing? It's a simple question. At this time, we needed someone like Ozil, because he is the one who can open any defense with one pass. And that is what we missed today. There was no creativity. It's sideways and backways passing. Negative tactics which was implemented at the start of the game, which continued throughout the game. Looks like they've been told to only pass sideways, backways, and be safe when you pass. So possession, although it was more than 80% at times as well, it did not count for anything, because all that matters at the end is the one right on top, which is the goals. And Arsenal today was not there at all. In fact, I would say that Sheffield United deserved the match win, and given the game that they played, I definitely did not expect us to even score, even for the draw. Full time came. You could see that not a lot of players were up for it. in terms of the heart. Although they did give everything that I think they could have, but it was not there because the heart's not there. That's my perception. You can definitely disagree to me, and I'm open to take feedback about that as well. So moving on to